Today we were working on an abstract mixed media collage using watercolor, some handmade collage papers, markers, pencils, everything you can think of. We're going to throw out this piece, and I think it's going to be really fun. So let's get started. So we've got a lot of colors here. I'm going to be starting off with these 4 Kuretake from the Art Deco set. Got this lovely piece of sort of sepia tone collage paper that I made the other day on medical exam paper. And then we have our colors here that we're going to be using. I pulled out 4 Neocolors, 4 Derwents, 4 watercolor pencils, and these are the Kuretake colors. So this is our color palette for today. I don't know that we'll use all the colors, but I kind of wanted to limit myself so I'm not like digging for colors and trying to figure out what works. So we're going to try to stick to this. And then we're also working on a piece of Jack Richardson printmaking paper because I wanted something smooth that wasn't watercolor paper. So let's get started. So we're going to start off with just making some marks on the paper. I decided that square would be what we would try today because if I do horizontal, I'm going to get stuck in landscape mode. So I kind of wanted to prevent that from happening. So let's just put some marks down. These are probably not going to be anywhere except in the beginning. Let's add some colored pencil. This is the Olive Earth from Derwent. And I'm not quite sure what these are going to turn out like. I don't really know. I haven't made any collage pieces in a long time, so we're just going to kind of have a play and see what happens. I'm very interested in seeing what happens here. Let's put down some more. This is the brown ochre. Move that out of the way. Not really thinking about what we're making. I'm just sort of thinking about where the colors need to be. And like I said, I don't know how much of this is going to get covered up. Hopefully, we'll see. I really don't know. But it's fun making marks, just making rando marks. I like that mark. Okay. Maybe we should add in some watercolor. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of this sort of eggshell blue color. And the reason I went with the Kuretakes is because they're very gouache-like, and I kind of just want to make sure that we can do thick and thin paint. They're a little pastel-y, but we're just gonna have a play here. I like them because you can do thin washes and you can also do thicker washes if you want. Let's put down some of this blue. Yeah, this is way too pastel-y, but it's just the beginning. Going to try to remember to keep our white spaces. We can always add more white in later if we want to. I want that to be thinner. The other thing about the Kuretakes is they do add some texture sometimes. Let's get out our color shaper. Kind of like that. Let's do more of that. Well, I like that. I like how these marks are coming along. Although I do kind of like the more watercolory ones too. We can do a bit of both. Really grooving on orange and this light blue with a little bit of green maybe added in. Subconsciously kind of keeping, oh, that was a lot. keeping in mind composition, not really worrying about it too much right now. I do want some darker bits of that orange because it's really pretty. I'm sorry, I don't know the names of the colors of these. I could look them up, but they're written on the bottom and they're kind of a pain to access. Let's come in with our palette knife. Make some lines. I think this is going to be a fun series to work on, I think. She says, ha ha ha. Okay. I think I do want to add a little bit of this green color here. That's probably going to be a lot. It's pretty saturated. Oh, maybe that's not the green I want. Is it the green I want? I think it is the green I want. It's pretty saturated, so we have to be a little careful here not to get too much. I'm also thinking about how I'm going to add the collage. Probably won't add too much collage. We'll get these layers down first, and then we'll kind of think about where we're going, what we're doing. Love that orange. I like the green and the orange together. I wonder how it looks. Oh, let's put some over here. I like that blue and the orange together. Maybe I might need a little bit more of that blue through here. The funny thing is that when I was in art school, all I painted was abstracts. But like everything that you do, you have to keep practicing or you kind of lose your skill a little bit. I like this sort of dry brush. I think we need more blue down in this one. Maybe a little bit more through here. Orange is kind of overtaking it. And I want some up here too. Okay, let's let this dry and then we'll come back and think about the collage. Okay, so I want to add some black marks before I put down the collage. And I'm not quite sure where I want to put them. I don't want a lot. I just need some contrast in here. And I debated not doing this at all, but I think some black marks are going to be in order. And we're just going to do it randomly because I don't really have a plan. Okay, let's stop there. I don't want too many, but I want them to make sense. As she covers up everything. Okay, I know it looks strange right now, but I think it's going to make a lot of sense when we're done. Okay, so I've laid out these pieces of collage. I'm just gonna, because we used watercolor, I'm just going to put the matte medium here on the back and then spritz it down with some water. That's gonna add a little bit to the transparency. This is gonna give us some fun layers. And then I'm just gonna put some over top. If we were working with acrylics, we could just put the matte medium down onto the page with no problem. But since we're working with watercolor, we want to be a little careful of that. We don't want it to be, I kind of don't want that in the middle. I kind of want it like right through here. We have to be a little mindful of our tape edges too, because we don't want to put something down and then pull it up with tape. Kind of like tire stripes. Weird. Okay, let's finish this up. I might add more pieces, but right now I just want to start with some beginning layers. I'm glad I added those black marks. And then this last one through here. And then we're gonna let it dry and think about where we can add more pieces. And if we even need a different paper. Okay, I don't want that in the middle. I have a bad habit of doing that, putting things right in the middle of the paper. What about if we did it this way? We don't have one going this way. My goal here is not to make these all the same, because we don't want all of them going the same way. Although I kind of put them all vertically. So you have to remember to think horizontal and vertical. Okay, I'll let these dry and think about it. So we got all this done. I added in some little smaller pieces to round out our 3 cluster. I think I'm going to come in with a little bit of this transparent gesso in some areas to give it a little bit more texture. Like, I'm thinking it might be kind of fun to add. This has a little bit of grit to it. I'm not going to put it everywhere, but I think adding it into some spots might make some unexpected places where we can add marks. I might be doing too much, but I feel like it might need some extra oomph. So we're gonna try this and see what happens. I like the texture, I like the gesso, big fan of it. Love these marks, the orange is really nice. So I think we'll let this dry, and then we'll come back in with maybe some more watercolor to kind of build up some layers, some working light to dark, and build up some bit bolder layers. Let's come in with a little bit more of this blue. I switched up brushes here. Okay, that's not. We need it to be more watery than that. I also think this would be really fun with gouache. And now we're gonna add in our more painterly layers, I think. Really thinking now about composition, like what I want it to be. Although I still don't know. Like, I'm still kind of struggling with that a little bit. Not struggling, but just thinking about how this is gonna work out. I don't want to cover up some bits. Like, I know I'm really fond of that area up there. I like these sort of crucifix shapes that come in and out of areas like that. I think is a really cool shape. This is needing some work. Let's connect these together. Maybe bring it down like this. I like working with the transparent colors because you get a lot more depth that way. I think we definitely need some more oranges in there. So let's see what we can do about that. Maybe we should do a color shaper. Need some orange through here. I kind of feel where I put that gesso down. I kind of want this to come down like this a little bit. I think we're gonna actually at some point put some more white down. I'm just gonna get rid of the brush altogether. I think these marks are better marks. Oh yeah, that's much better and more fun. Loving this orange. Yeah, I think those marks are a little bit more dynamic. I like that. Well, I kind of like this too. I kind of like these these marks like this. Let's add a few more of those through here. Yeah, those are fun. Which is the exciting thing about the Kiratakis, is that you can really, because they're thicker, you can really get some fun marks. I think I need maybe just a little bit of that orange down here. I like how these colors are blending together. Okay, feeling pretty good about this. Let's let these dry and let me think about what we're gonna do next. So I was kind of looking at it and the green is kind of missing. So I want to add some green bits to these marks. I really like it next to the orange. Let's do, maybe make it come all the way over. I like it next to that orange. It's a nice play on color with the orange. Oh God, making a mess. Kind of like these sort of marks that we can get with the color shaper. Color shaper and watercolor, who knew? I think I kind of knew that. Sometimes I forget things that I know. It's like, I know I've done this before. Yeah, our green was getting kind of lost. Ooh, that's nice. Sort of texture like that. I think I'm gonna come back in and scrape away in some spots just to give it a little bit more texture. Okay, I'm gonna come in with this black watercolor pencil. I kind of want this to be, I feel like I need some black shapes. And this is the first one that I saw. And I think the black watercolor pencil is gonna be my best bet here, because I don't want it to be too much. I was thinking I couldn't get in there with a pencil. But I definitely want some black shapes coming through here a little bit. We definitely have to make sure we have contrast, right? We don't want it to be all flat in one color. Maybe the watercolor pencil wasn't the best idea. Especially these are the Art X pencils that I got. They sent me to use, and I haven't used them very often. I do think they work really well, but I'm not sure if this is what I want. Maybe it's time to undo these. I'm not sure I like that shape. Okay, so we've got some, oh, that wasn't intended. All right, well, that's going there. Maybe that's the universe trying to tell me to loosen up a little bit. I kind of want to, not want to divide the page, but I feel like we need some more energetic marks. We're getting kind of, there we go, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry, and then we're gonna add some white. Okay, I've laid down some white here on my deli paper. And we're going to very adventurously lay it down. And make some marks through here. You may ask why I did it this way. I kind of like the randomness of it without it being planned almost. And so we're just gonna use our card here. Just to make some marks that aren't, I guess I'm not trying to, can't really think right now. I don't want them to be solid, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I want some of that energy coming through here, which we definitely got, but I think we need more down here. Let's add some over here. Because I didn't want it to just be just white, although I think I do, now that I say that, I think I do want to add some bits of white, and this is just white acrylic. We definitely need some spaces to rest our eyes a little bit. That's very fun. Ooh, that's good. I like that. Sort of scraping back in with the edge. Ooh, fun. Mark making makes me giddy. And this is a good way to add texture because, you know, the acrylic paint is thicker. It's gonna give us some fun textures. I think we're getting close to being finished, I think. I'm gonna add some Caran d'Ache, I think. And maybe some other things, who knows? I'm not quite sure. I'll know when it's done, or I won't. I'm trying to think, do I need more? I think I need more up here. And it's okay to cover things up. Just know that. It's okay to scrape back in and cover things up. Make them as opaque or as transparent as you need them to be. Because remember, there are no rules. Don't set limits. Y'all thought I was messy when I make landscapes. Oh, I don't want to cover that up. Okay, I think I'm almost, I think I just want to add like some solid, one solid chunk, kind of just through here. Okay, I've got them all cut up, and I think I'm just gonna start kind of playing with them a little bit. This is the Sahara Yellow from Caran d'Ache. I have paint all over my hands. I really need some bits to just pop a little bit. That doesn't seem to be working very well. Excuse my voice today. I have a bit of a summer cold, so I'm kind of trying to fight that back. Let's do maybe some down here. And there really isn't, I really don't have a plan here. I'm just sort of trying to make some more dynamic areas. This color is really nice. I really like that part right there. Got some yellow over here. The only thing I am doing is I like to add color in 3 to 5 spots. That's kind of just my own rule. It's not a definite end-all be-all rule. Definitely don't think that you have to do that. I like these little squares. I think we need some more texture marks, maybe. Okay, this is the Sanguine from Karen Dash. And of course, I have changed my opinion on what I want to add. And that happens. Thought some of this color might be nice. And some spots. I am flipping these around and kind of feeling out like maybe that needs more of that sort of lighter color. So flipping them around, kind of feeling out where the different areas, how they might look. Always important to flip them around, I think, because then you can kind of see like what's going on, what's working, what's not working. Okay. I really don't like that mark that I put there. I don't like it at all. I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. Maybe if it's more square. I don't hate it, but I feel like this one might need some more orange. Let's, wasn't gonna get out any more watercolor, but I feel like this one needs, it needs some more orange somewhere. I'm thinking, just didn't have enough. And I kind of want to add more. This is how it starts. I feel like this one might need a little bit more too. I really love this orange and I think it needs to be more prominent. Okay. So I got this sort of fluorescent-y orange color from the Art X markers. And I added a little line here and here just to kind of see how I liked it. And I kind of like it. So I'm going to add a few little pops, maybe some little dots. Just to kind of, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't usually add dots to my work, but I felt like it might need some repeating textures almost. Maybe just a little line through there. Let's see what we got here. Let's add in a few little dots over here. Maybe a dash line. Again. I don't know if those are adding anything or taking away. I don't know. Let's see. We don't have any red in this one. Ooh, I wonder how it looks next to this yellow. I like that. I like it next to that blue. Just add anything else. Does it need more black? I don't know. I think I might be done. Let me think about it. Okay, I'm gonna add, this is my 6B pencil. I'm gonna add some more marks through here. I pulled out way too many colors, but that's okay. Half of them I didn't even use. I just like these sort of funky circly shapes, just to give another layer almost of cohesiveness to like bring your eye through. Okay, I think I'm done. Okay, so I kind of cut up a little mat here. One mat that I cut just in half so we can kind of take a look at them. I like this one. I think it has some good things going on. I think I like it this way better. I love the watercolor marks. I like all of the dynamic things going in. I think it has some good layers. Maybe needs a bit more contrast. I think it's a little, might need some more black, but I think I'm going to stop there today because I feel like I don't want to overwork it. But I think there's some really good things going on, like the pencil marks. I did a pretty good job of preserving the white space, and I really like the white marks. I think those are fun. Okay, let's look at the next one. That's one. Number two, how do we like this one? Oh, just spinning around. Okay, that's how I painted it. I think I like it better this way. I like the pops of red. That sort of neon color is really fun. I like the blue and the textures through here. This one's a little messier, but I kind of like it. I like all the layers. Okay. Now this one. This one I think I like it this way. How I painted it. I think I'm getting a little lost there. There we go. Yeah, this one's good. I like this one a lot. I like the solid white and that black shape. There needs to be another black shape though. This should probably be black down here, but it's close. I like the marks. I love this part up here. I think that's my favorite bit. Actually, we're kind of covering up most of it. Let's fix our mat here. It's so hard. They're so small. Yeah. I think this one works. I like the red in this one. Even though all the red is really close together, there's a little bit right there. I like the green. I like the colors. I think the colors work really well together. Okay, last one. This one's probably my least favorite, I think. There's some parts that I like. I feel like it's not as dynamic as the other ones. It needs more contrast in this one. This one's kind of boring, actually, but there's some good marks through here. Like, I really like that mark. I like the orange that I put back in and the green. I like this bit right here. I think this one just used a little bit more energy. Feels a little flat to me. Okay. So here they are all together one last time. Let me know which one is your favorite. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're definitely going to be doing more of these, I think. Oh, I'm off the camera. Hold on. Sorry, I had to zoom out there a little bit. I think we're definitely going to do more of these. I think this was really fun. The collage was fun. I think we can be more bold. I think we can get bolder and maybe more simple. I think I've tried too many things in this one, but that's always the case with the first of anything. We'll try a new color palette next time. Let me know if you want to see more of this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments if you're going to try this sort of creating yourself. I think it was really fun. And it's so different from landscapes. But I think as I go forward, it's going to get cleaner. It's going to get more the shapes. I need to make bigger shapes, I think. I got too bogged down in details. I like the watercolor how I started out, but I think it needs to be a little bit more simple. Okay, that's all I got for today. Thanks so much. Bye.